Okay, so here we go. One liter is 1,000 centimeters cubed, right? I know my pool is 344.25 meters cubed, don't I? So I got to convert, right? How do I convert centimeters to meters? I multiply by 100, right? So if I multiply by 100, I should be at 34,425, correct? Except we're doing volume, aren't we? So don't we have to convert 3 dimensions? So how many times do I have to multiply by 100? 3 times. So I got to multiply by 100 again. Then I got to multiply by 100 again. That's how many cubic centimeters there are. Okay? And here's why. I'm going to show you another way to understand what I just explained. 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. So that is 1 meter cubed. Does everyone agree? Okay, now put it in centimeters. 1 meter is 100 centimeters, isn't it? And this one's 100. And this one's 100. 100 times 100 times 100 is 1,000,000 centimeters cubed. Does everybody understand that? Because it's 3 dimensions, we need to convert 3 times. Everybody cool? All right, so we'll come back to here. So here we are. We know it's that. That's how many centimeters we have, right? 1 liter will do 1,000 of them, correct? So I'm going to divide that by what? By 1,000, which means what do I get to do with 3 of those zeros? So it's 344,250 liters of water. So 344,000 of these, not 34. Same numbers though, right? And what was the problem? You only converted once, right? Everybody with me? Every dimension has to be converted, not just one. Cool? All right, so nobody gets gummy bears for that one. I'm hurt. This is my favorite. I already said the other one was my favorite, but this is my real favorite. 3 minutes, 5 minutes. David, tell him. What'd you guys do? I'm filling the net, so what did I have to do? Is it volume or surface area?
Volume.
It's volume, because I'm filling the net, right? So if I find the volume of this net, and then I find the volume of a puck, and I divide, I would know how many pucks would fit in there, wouldn't I? Everyone agree? So how would I find the volume of that prism? Right. So length times width times height, right? So if I do that times that times that, I'm going to get an answer, aren't I? In meters cubed, right? Now, the pucks are in centimeters, so I would have to convert them, wouldn't I? And then divide. Everyone agree? That's almost the right thinking, except what's wrong with that thinking? What shape is a puck? Circle. It's a cylinder. So when I drop a puck right there and another puck right there, what is in there, in there, in there, there, and there? Empty space. So I can't do volume divided by volume, can I? Because when I put circles beside each other, I end up with empty space, yes? So here's what I really needed to do. The net is 183 centimeters, yes? How wide is a puck? 7.62. So if I divide that by 7.62, I get 24 pucks will fit across here. 24 of them. When I go back, this is 100 centimeters. What do I got to divide it by? .62, because pucks are a circle, yes? That gets me 13 pucks. Height is 122. What do I got to divide it by? No, pucks aren't 7.62 tall. I'm going up 2.54, and that gets me 48. So now I can have 24 pucks this way and 48 pucks up, and then I multiply that by the 13 pucks backwards to get an answer of 14,976. Sneaky, huh? That is beyond test question level. I would not even put that on a test. That is the type of thing that math teachers like to do to see who's really, really thinking about things. Okay, turn the page over. You are not doing 3B. You are just doing 3A. So no gummy bears given out for 2. 3A is a 3 gummy bear prize for you and your group. Only 3. 3A. Because 3A is really easy when you think about it. It is. 2 is crazy hard, even when you think about it.
Wait, so the whole can is covered?
You've seen soup cans. I know they're not fully covered. That's the point.
What?
You're exactly right, Brooklyn. You have picked up the trick in that question. Without even knowing it, you've picked up the trick in that question. Ah! I didn't want to shrink. I wanted to lean back. Where's the leany backy one? I have an answer. Huh? No labels on the top and bottom. I know. You guys have seen a can of soup. The label's around the edge.
Wait, do you want us? Is it fully covered?
It's not. No. If this was a can of soup, where would the paper be? Only here. Would the top or bottom have label on it?
No, I mean, like, sometimes it's not fully covered.
Oh, I see what you mean. Assume the paper goes right up to the top.
Okay.
I understand what you're asking now. Assume the paper goes right up to the top. I hear you.
Probably wrong. Let's see.
Oh, I haven't even done the work yet, David. You're too efficient, David. Give me a moment. Holy crap.
You get it right? It's not even volume that you're supposed to find, right?
Of course not, because it's surface area.
I don't know.
Haley makes the long walk up. With an answer?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, close.
Is it?
Close.
Like how close?
Like close.
Like 1-0?
No. No.
What number?
Please take mine.
David?
Wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That close. You're missing one thing.
Was I missing one?
I don't know. Just do it.
You have what? 320? 320.44. How can, but I'm making 100,000 cans of soup.
Then you need that much amount of paper, don't you?
4.25, yeah.
Yeah, and then the height is 12.
Uh-huh.
And time goes
Got to do 100,000 cans. Oh, Amrit might be getting some gummy bears.
32,000.
320 times 100,000 is 32,000?
32 million.
There you go. Amrit, you got a group?
Yeah.
Who was working with you? Just Akash?
Me.
Oh, yeah. Somebody, you guys were texting, right? It was a group thing. You were all in Google Hangouts or something, sharing your work. So, all right. So, guys, first problem. Where is the paper going? Sydney, you were showing Brooklyn. You were absolutely right. Where does the paper go on a can? Only here, yes? So, do I care about the surface area of the two circles? No. So, it's only 2 pi RH, yes? 2 pi, radius is 4.25, height was 12, times 2 gets you 102 pi for one can. How many cans are there? So I multiply that by 100,000 to get, well, that's going to get you the pi number, and then you got to multiply it by pi.
I didn't know the formula was that.
So it's 10,200,000 pi, and then when you multiply that by pi, you get 32,044,245 centimeters cubed of paper. No, that was a 3 gummy bear question. It's one calculation plus times for take 32, 324. 324. Ekti, what? Yeah, when you do this right here, you get 320, right?
Yeah.
But then you got to multiply 320. That's for one can. Got to multiply 320 by 100,000. So you got to add 5 zeros. 32 million. How do I expect you to multiply?
No.
Okay. All right, we're skipping B because I don't want you guys measuring the walls. 41.
41.
Page 41, number 4. Let's see. Let's go. A is a 10 gummy bears. But you got to... No, I don't want to do it that way. I'm going to go... Yeah, 10 gummy bears. Per person in the group. Oh, I have to bring them tomorrow. That's why I'm writing it down. I got IOUs right here, buddy. Don't you worry your pretty little head, David. You asked Jasreet and Sukhmeen. I take care of my gummy bear debts, right? That'd be a lot of gummy bears. I need to bring 200. Oh, I better not say. 32 million gummy bears. No. I would need, there's 26 of you, 10 gummy bears. Yeah, it's 260 gummy bears. That's not that many. You guys want to tell me the whole class? You want to work on that? Go.
Are we all done now?
We don't have to do this in meters, right?
Hmm?
We don't have to turn it into meters, right?
But if you guys are going to be a whole class group, you have to decide on one spokesman to come up. Or spokesperson. And then you only got one chance.
One chance only?
If it's the whole class is one group,
Three chances.
3 chances? This is not baseball.
That's it, there's three, wait, there's like 3 sections. Shot, say, 3 shots. If I roar 4 chances, that's good too then.
5 chances. Give us unlimited tries, Mom. Probably 260. I'll give you orange if you give us like.
My cousins actually own an orange.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they want to let me sleep in their orchard for a week?
I don't know. I could try them, but
I'm just kidding. Don't worry about it. I'm going to California for August.
To get oranges?
No, to go surfing.
from my cousin.
I think that, you know all those videos of people doing crazy stuff on their bikes? But they got like $5,000 mountain bikes with shocks and everything on them? I think somebody should do some extreme biking on one of these bad boys. That'd be wicked. Going up and down stairs on one of them? Like that mountain unicycle guy in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Holy crap, I think that's right. That's only the first question.
What did that do?
You have to do all of
Isn't
them?
it? Wait, we do.
You said A is rectangle, W is each, and we're all.
Well, A goes down to 1 and 2.
Oh.
It's the whole question. The B's not till there.
Okay, I was confused. Sorry.
Holy Harmeet.
Okay, that's my name.
I know everyone's name now.
Okay, let's test you. What's her name?
Her name is Imran.
What?
David, Imran, Amrit, Akash, Yashvinder, Ekti, Isaac, Alex, Biash, Harmeet. Biash. It's close enough. Harmeet, Dilpreet, Andrea, Gurleen, Brooklyn, Sydney, Navnor, Shireen. I'm coming back to her. Avian, Simran, Avian, Jazreet, Sukhmeen, Gurmek, Fawaz, Haley, and Amy.
You didn't get her that. You messed up so many times.
I messed up once.
No, like 3 times.
What's my name? What's my first name? Shut up. Who asked you?
You did.
I don't know. I got to do the math. I've been too busy arguing with you guys.
I'll just keep it.
Oh, you'll keep it right there just in case, David? Thanks.
It's probably wrong. At least one of the questions.
We have to do Do we have to do B, Mr. Mom?
No, just A for now. I haven't done the math yet.
I'm sorry.
Probably wrong. I know. Exactly. It's probably wrong. Exactly. It should be there.
Bless you.
1 by 2 is 26. What are you doing? Because it's the diameter. You want to make it as radius. 26, 30.
Yep. Okay, I've done the math. Simran. Your number 2 is right, but your number 1 is. I don't know how that happened.
I'm planning to 20 meters. Voy a
Your 2 is absolutely right, but your 1 is not.
I think you're right. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm right. Just try it.
This is wrong. You're number 1. Okay.
Hold up. Give me 5 more minutes.
What are you talking about 5 more minutes? Breaks at 11:50.
Yeah,
It's 1 minute. That clock's slow, remember? All right, fine. We'll wait till after the break. Then you'll all go and cheat. You'll all look at Simran's work because you already know she got number 2 right. All right, we're a whole class group. If you guys are going to go out on your break and talk about this, then I have no problem bringing gummy bears for everybody. Because if you're talking about math on your breaks, that makes me happy.
Yeah, I think.
Lies. I don't talk about no breaks. Oranges do make me happy very much. I'm very sad there were no oranges today.
I'll bring you orange.
I'll bring you like a crate of oranges and happy gummy bears.
You guys.
That's one for mom. That's one for mom.
Can I have some coffee?
What do you need?
Or just one. I'm having trouble converting this one. It doesn't seem right to me.
Okay, so this is absolutely correct, in inches. This is actually 13 feet 7 inches.
Well, no,
And this is right, that's fine.
Okay, on my calculator I got 13 feet point 6. It said 13.6.
Yeah, well, 0.6 of a foot, you got to multiply that by 12, right?
Okay, by 12. 0.72.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how we converted it. Okay.
Right?
Then this is just basically. Do you want the decimal?
So I got to go 1 kilometer, yes?
1,000 meters.
Yeah. So I know I will go 414 meters, 414 centimeters.
Okay, that's what I was.
4.15 meters.
Yeah.
I want to go 1 kilometer. So how many meters are in 1 kilometer?
10,000?
1,000.
Oh, you say meters?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many meters are in a kilometer? So it's 1,000 divided by 4.15.
Okay. Does summer school go by fast?
Summer school feels like it goes by fast, yes.
Like the days?
Alright.
Excuse me.
I just did the area, that's why I was wrong.
You did area?
Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't do perimeter.
We just roll the wheel over to count the area. It goes that way.
Yeah, I know.
13 feet 7 inches, yep. And then
18 something centimeters, 3 point something meters.
13 feet. Oh, so then you added that. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. Navnor? Yeah, but we wouldn't do that 0.61 feet, right? It'd be 13 feet 7 inches because you would do 0.61 times 12, right? Yeah, and that would be 4.1. Yep. But no. That's how far you're going to go on 1 turn. I want to know how many turns it's going to take to go 1,000.
Oh, you did B too?
Now,
I just did A.
I was wondering, where would you start with something like this? Because I keep starting and then getting overwhelmed and stuff.
okay, well, I need to know how far that front wheel is going to go. So I have to decide what measurement of that front wheel I need, right? So what do I need? Do I need area? Do I need circumference? What do I need? The wheel is rolling down the road, right? So if I start from, so I need the circumference. Okay, so circumference How do I find the circumference of a circle?
I know there's a formula. But
Pi d.
Pi d. I've not
Right.
taken math.
Okay. It's on your sheet that I gave you. So pi d. You know pi. Do you know the diameter? What is it?
52.
52 inches. So 52 pi inches is the circumference, yes?
Right.
Okay, so I want to know the answer in feet and inches. So 52 times pi, that gives me the inches, right? So that's 163.36. But that's not feet and inches, is it? What do I do with that to get it into feet? I got to divide by 12, yes? So that's going to get me 13.61. So it's going to be 13 feet. But what do I do with 0.61? Because I can't have a decimal.
You have to convert it to.
2 inches. So it's 0.61 of a foot. So I have 0.61 feet. And I want that. I want inches, right? I have feet. 12 inches to 1 foot. So it's 0.61 times 12. And then that's going to give me 7 inches. That's how far I'm going to go on one turn. Now I want that in meters and centimeters. So I would take this in inches, convert it to centimeters, and move the decimal 2 places. You with me?
Yes, I'm with you. I
Okay.
just kept starting.
I understand.
For C,
Yeah?
do we divide this?
Well, you got it's
By
the
this
exact
by
same
this.
question. You got to find the circumference of C and then see how many times it'll go in
Oh,
1,000.
I got this like 690. What I did this divided by that. Then the answer I times this.
No, because it's the exact same question, but now you're dealing with the little wheel. So you need the diameter, find out what the circumference is, and then divide that into 1,000. That's probably right. Yeah, yeah. That's fine.
Wait.
Yo, what's this? Yo, what's this? Yo. Oh, yo. Oh, what is it? Oh.
So mine is
Okay, let's see. That looks right.
Probably is.
Oh. Okay. I'm going to talk for maybe 10 more minutes, then I'm going to shut up, and you'll have the rest of the period to do your first actual assignment. Okay? Everybody with me? All right, so first we'll cover this one. What do I need? What measurement do I need from this wheel before I carry on? The circumference. I've already got the diameter, right? Circumference equals pi d. So circumference equals 52 pi, which is 163.36 inches, because this is in inches. So I want my answer in feet and inches. So 163.36 divided by 12 gets me 13.61. But since this is imperial, we would not leave that as a decimal, would we? It's 13 feet, but then I got to do 0.61 times 12 to get 7 inches. That's how far I'll go. Now I want it in meters and centimeters. Well, the easiest way to do that is 163.36 inches. Convert it to centimeters. I want centimeters, so it's 2.54 centimeters. I don't care about the 1, so it's multiply. And I get 414.94. But I want the answer in meters. So I got to move the decimal 2 places. 4 meters and 0.94 centimeters is really 15 centimeters. Everybody cool that far? Then I want to know how many times I got to pedal to go a kilometer. Well, this is meters, 4.15 meters. This is kilometers. So what do I have to do to that? Convert it to 1,000 meters divided by 4.15 meters. And then the answer is, Simran, 241 revolutions. And then the bottom question is the exact same thing, except it's with 18, right? So circumference is 18 pi, which is 56-ish. Okay, so 56.54 inches times 2.54 to get centimeters. So that's going to be around like 143, thank you. 143 centimeters, which is 1.43 meters. So I got to do 1,000 divided by 1.43 to get probably around 700. Yeah? Huh? Well, you told me it was 143 centimeters. Because that's meters. We got to divide meters by meters, right? And it's around, I think, what was it, 696 or something? 696 turns. Everybody cool? Ekti. I already told you this page is beyond what I would put on a test. If you could turn your page over to 42, we need to do some algebra review apparently. So, surface area. So that tells you what formula you need. Cone tells you what shape you're doing. And then there are your numbers. So the surface area of a cone is pi r squared plus pi r slant. Now fill in what you know. What do you know in that equation right now? You know the radius, so you can put in every r. What else do you know? The surface area, so you can put that in. So it's 1,200 equals pi times 5 squared plus pi times 5 times s. 5s. Let's tidy this up. 1,200. What's 5 squared? 25 pi plus 5 pi s. Now, here is where kids start screwing up. In algebra, what's our job? Find the missing letter, right? So I got to end up with that letter by itself. So I got to move everything away from that letter, don't I? Okay. So I start as far from the letter as I can. That's that, yes? That is positive 25 pi's. How do I get rid of that? I minus 25 pi's. Where else? The other side. So I get 1,200 minus 25 pi equals 5 pi s. What math is happening there? There's only 4 kinds of math. What math is happening under the yellow highlighting? Multiplication of 2 numbers, yes? So I have to divide those 2 numbers, don't I? Because I do the opposite of what I see. So if I divide by 5, those 5s are going to cancel, aren't they? And if I divide by pi, those pi's are going to cancel, aren't they? Leave me with s by itself, which is what I want, correct? So s is going to equal, since I divided this side by 5 and pi, I got to divide this side by 5 and pi, don't I? So s is going to equal 1,200 minus 25 pi over 5 pi. Is that a correct answer? Yeah, it is. I've done all the work, haven't I? The letters by itself. This is all algebra. We did it right. Right? But we can go one step further if we evaluate this, correct? So if I'm going to punch this into my calculator, I got to remember brackets divided by brackets equals. That's where you guys are going to screw up. Because you're uncomfortable leaving it like this. You want a number, but you're not very decent with your calculators yet. So you got to try punching that in. If you punch it in the way you see it, without brackets, your calculator doesn't know what you mean. Your calculator applies bed mass. So if you were to punch this into your calculator, you would do 1,200 minus 25 times pi divided by 5. What does your calculator do? It does 25 divided by 5. Right there. Understand? It's not going to give you the right answer. Everybody cool? Here's what I mean. Don't write this down, but if I gave you 10 plus 5 divided by 3, you guys know that that answer is 5, don't you? 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 divided by 3 is 5. But if you punch that into your calculator without brackets, you're not going to get 5, are you? Your calculator is going to do 5 divided by 3, which is 1.67, and then it's going to add 10 to that. It's going to give you 11.67. But you know that's wrong. But your calculator does not know what you're thinking. Your calculator can only do what you tell it to. Everybody understand? So that's what's going to mess you up there. So everybody should try to punch that in right now and make sure that you can do it. 71.34. That sounds about right. I got to check right now. 1200 minus 25 pi. $71.39 is exactly right. Can everybody make their calculator work for them? Brooklyn. If you which?
If I just like rounded it up,
Told me the answer was 71?
71.4.
Fine, no problem. Couldn't care less. Couldn't care less. Everybody cool? Okay, so let's look at the next one. Volume of a cylinder is 500 centimeters cubed, and I have the height. So that tells me what formula I need. I need volume, and I need cylinder. So volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. What do I know? I know the height. Oh, I forgot h. There's h. Oh, no, I did write it. H, it just didn't come in. So I know the height. Amrit says I know the height, which is 20. So I got pi r squared 20. And what else do I know? The volume is 500. So now I got to get r by itself. Correct? So I got to divide. No, I don't want to touch r squared. R squared's got to stay alone. Divide by pi and what was the other thing? 20. Then they're both going to cancel. So that means I got to divide this side by 20 pi's, don't I? So this side is 500 over 20 pi equals r squared. How do I get rid of a squared? I square root. So r is going to equal the square root of 500 over 20 pi. Is that a correct answer? It's a correct answer, yes? But you guys don't like it, do you? You want that decimal, right? So how do you do that on your calculator? Same thing way you do everything. You do inside first, and then you square root your answer. I'm going to show you something on a calculator a lot of kids don't use enough. Everyone can see. I'm going to zoom in on my calculator so you can see it better. So this is the operation I'm trying to do, right? Start on the inside. 500 divided by, now what do I have to do here to make sure I keep 20 and pi together? Brackets. 20. Some calculators will let you just go 20 pi. Other calculators make you do 20 times pi. Close brackets equals. That gives me an answer. Now I need to square root it, right? Square root. See this key here, ANS? Oh, you can't see it. If you're not using that key very often, you should be. Your calculator, if it has a key that says ANS, that means your calculator holds in its own memory the last thing you got when you pushed equals. So for me, the last thing I got when I pushed equals was 7.95, yes? I want the square root of 7.95, so I go second answer, taking the square root of my last answer. Enter. 2.82. And that is a number that you guys are happy with. Am I happy if you leave it like this? Sure. Yo. I'm perfectly happy with that, yes. Because if you get to here, but you don't get 2.82, is it math you can't do, or is it your calculator that you're not comfortable with? It's the calculator, right? And that's not what's important to me. You can practice getting better on your calculator. But if you don't know the math to tell your calculator what to do, then your calculator is just a paperweight, right? So if you can get to here, then I'm happy. Now some people will say, well, Mr. Myers, I can't get to here, but I was able to get this with my calculator. Is that okay? Is it? Sure it is. That's okay too. Right? Because they're both the right answer. Let me give you an example. Who's the most gorgeous 42-year-old person in the room? Matt Myers. Who's the funniest 42-year-old person in the room? Matt Myers. See, same answer. Everybody with me? Y'all understand? You picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. Normally, I'm much meaner to my students than I don't add the age. I just say who's the most gorgeous person in the room. But I like all you guys a lot, so I'm giving you a break. All right, this one is the hardest. People have a lot of trouble with this. Volume of a sphere. So again, I've got volume, I've got sphere. So volume of a sphere is 4 pi r cubed over 3. What do I know? I only know the volume, yes? So 7,602 equals 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. So my goal is to get r by itself, yes? So how am I going to do that? What's got to move? 4 pi's got to move, and what else? 3. I should start as far from the r as possible, yes? What's the furthest thing from r? 4 pi is attached to r. 3 has math in the way, doesn't it? So I should get rid of divided by 3. What gets rid of divided by? Multiply. So I'm going to multiply this side by 3, and then those 3's are going to do what? Cancel, and I put a 3 over here. And I do that with my calculator to get whatever the answer is. My fat fingers are not working on my calculator. 22,806. Now you guys already know what to do here because we've done it a bunch. You're going to divide that by 4 pi, yes? So 22,806 divided by 4 pi. And what do you get? You should get 1814.8. Right? Okay. Now, if this was a 2, then we'd square root, right? But it's a 3, so we must need a cube root. And that's really hard to do on a lot of calculators. Some calculators actually have the button for it. They have a button that looks like this, 3 with a little root. If you've got that button, it's real easy. Use it just like a square root button. But if you don't have that button, it's really hard to do. Okay? And I don't even want to show it to you right now. If you get to this point and you don't have that cube root button, I want you to just show me that you know it and do cube root. Is everybody cool with that? This would be the answer I would want if you don't have that button. Where, Brooklyn? Are you okay to getting to?
What do you type in your calculator when you want to divide it by 4?
Okay, to actually divide this by 4 pi, you're going to have 22,806 divided by button, bracket. Now, it depends on the calculator here. 4 times pi, close brackets, will always work. But some calculators will let you do just 4 pi. So you probably have to push the x, the times. But make sure you have the brackets. Oh, and then equals. And then you should get 1814. You did? Okay, is everybody cool with that? Now, just look around on your calculator. If you have this 3 with the square root sign, go ahead and try to use it. You have an x by a square root, then you would go 3, and then that x button, and then 1814, and then equals. And that should give you the answer, which is 12.19. But again, if you don't have that, don't lose a lot of sleep over it. Everybody cool? Okay, I don't want you to do anything with number 4 yet. That's something I do later. But I do want you to look at number 5. What's different about this than the previous 4 that we've done that you guys were all able to do just fine? What's the problem here? There's 2 variables, isn't there? I know nothing about this, do I? So what does this mean when I say solve for x? Find out what x is, which means get x by itself, right? Are we ever going to get a number for it? No, because we have 2 unknowns. Everybody with me? So let's start working that out. If I want to get x by itself, I got to start as far away from x as possible, correct? So what would that be? I would say it's the square root, wouldn't you? How do we get rid of squared? If I have this, x squared equals 9, what do? I square root. Well, now I have a square root, so what do? Square. If I square that side, what's going to happen to that square root? It's going to disappear, 2x plus 4. If I square this side, what do I got to do to that side? Square it. So that's going to become a squared. Is everybody cool? Okay. Now what should I move? What's the furthest thing from x? The 4. What do I got to do to it, Amrit? Divide by 4? Subtract 4. So minus 4 minus 4. A squared minus 4 equals 2x, yeah? Now what? I got to divide by 2. So a squared minus 4, all of that divided by 2 gets me x. And can I go any further than that? I don't know what a is, do I? So I can't go any further. Does everybody... That bothers you guys. Because you're like, I want a number. Just like this bothered you. But you cannot get that number because you have 2 unknown values. Everybody with me? Okay. And then the last thing we need from this unit, because this leads directly into the next unit, is how do I solve for that? I got to get rid of this 4, correct? Oh, that's kind of hard to see. I'll zoom in. I got to get rid of this 4, right? Yeah? Yes. You can do this. 23 over 1 and cross multiply. 23 times 4, x times 1. That's what you do. That's the math that you're actually doing. So you're going to multiply both sides by 4, because that will cancel out that 4. X is going to equal 23 times 4, which is 92. Now what about over here? X equals 12. Amrit, what did you do to get x equals 12? You did 5 over 1 and cross multiplied, right? So 5x equaled 60, right? And then you divided both sides by 5 to get x equals 12. Okay? Now, if everybody can do that, we're in business. Everybody cool? All right, so listen to me. You have quiz 2, which is on surface area and volume, tomorrow. You have test on measurement. That's Friday. Tonight, you do the measurement review, which in your book is page 44 to 46. And that is an assignment. You're going to mark it tomorrow in class, 4 marks when you walk in the door. First thing. Everybody with me? I'm giving you 30. I am giving you, it's 12:25. I'm giving you 45 minutes right now to get it done. You should have no homework tonight. Okay? Everybody good?
You have to do it without a calculator.
No, you don't have to do it without a calculator. Oh, wait. Those 4, yes. Or those 9, yeah. I want you to show me what you're doing. I'll show you what I mean.
You go first because your question's probably faster.
If you had something like this, 312 miles equals blank km, this is what I want to see on that review. 312 times km over miles, 1.609 over 1. You got to write that. But then I don't expect you to do 312 times 1.609. You can do the actual work with your calculator. You understand what I'm saying? Show me what you would do, and then use your calculator to find the actual answer. Everybody good? That's what I expect on page 44 for 1 through 9. Okay? Okay. Who's going first? Of course. You were right. It was a faster question.
Yeah.
It's like you read his mind.
Okay, so with these questions, I'm really confused about
Yeah, they're just practice, Brooklyn, right? Like that's.
I just want to know.
No, I
how
know,
to
of
do
course,
them for the
of
test.
course. Okay, so may I? All right. So what I like to do with these is think about what I need, not what I don't need. Go. Right? So I know I need that times 2, because there's a front and a back. And I know I need that times 2, because there's a top and a bottom. That, there's only one of them, right? Times 1, because the other side of it is covered in here. You with me? So that covers all this. Now over here, I know I need that times 2, because there's a top and a bottom, right? Which you have right here, right? And I need that rectangle, but there's only one of them, times 1. And then I need this rectangle, which is 3, but I don't know how long that is. But I can do Pythagoras for it. Okay? Break it down and look at each individual shape, and then go to the whole thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Once I get each individual,
Then
so
I
so
add it
just
up.
add them up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
I'll come back.
what goes wrong is so many teachers spend so much time talking about this overlap
That's
here.
what I heard last year and stuff.
Right?
when I
They
tried
talk
doing
about
it.
this overlap, and I say, if you're going to subtract it anyway, why count it at all?
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I like to think about it before I even put a pencil on paper. So when I come over to here, I look at that and I say to myself, okay, I need 2 of them. I need 2 of them. I need how many of this side? This end back here.
For the end, right?
But there's only one because this end is covered, right?
Oh wait.
I'm just talking about this end of it. Right? Same as here. I only had 1 because this end was covered by the triangle stuck to the end of it, right? So I only need 1 of those. So I like to do 1 of them. Right? Oh wait, I'm looking at it upside down.
Yeah,
it's confusing.
It's
Yeah.
like a house.
Yeah,
right?
it is supposed to be a house. It's not supposed to be
That's
the
why I was
same.
like, wait, what?
Yeah. No. It's my fault because I'm looking at it upside down. Okay, so I need this whole thing times 2, don't I? Because there's a front and a back. I need this whole thing times 2 because there's 2 sides. I need this roof times 2 because there's 2 sides. But then I also need the bottom.
Times 1.
But there's only one of them. Okay? Now, how am I going to do this? Well, I know the rectangle, right, is 8 by 2. And this side, I've turned it on its side, but isn't that just a right angle triangle? So wouldn't that be the base and that be the height? If I turn it sideways?
And it's 5, right?
5 by 5, which is 25, divided by 2, but times 2, because there's 2 of them. So what I would do is do this whole thing, 8 by 2, which is 16, right? And this is 12.5, because it's 5 by 5 divided by 2, right? Add them, 28.5 times 2 is 28 times 2 is 56, plus another one's 57, right? And then, so this end is 57, so I would write 57 for the ends. Then that times 2, and I'd write it there. I go piece by piece. Even now, having taught it for 20 years, I still go piece by piece.
It makes more sense in your head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when I'm thinking surface area, I'm not thinking of the whole thing. I'm thinking of the surfaces. That's how I do it.
Okay. Thank you.
I know it's not on there, but you know, how many times did I say that the metric system works for everything? Kilometer to centimeter is the same thing as kiloliter to centiliter. It's the same amount of steps. That's why metric system is good, because no matter what we're measuring, kilogram, milligram, it's the same amount of steps. Yes, please do.
I have a question for this. How do I use my so I couldn't figure.
Okay, so you've got like the worst kind of calculator. You're going to need to upgrade. Okay, so you got a bracket at the top. Bracket 1,200 minus 25 times, where's your pi button? Second, where's pi? Pi. Close brackets. Okay?
Yep.
Divided by new brackets. 5 times pi, close brackets, equals.
Is that what you got to?
Yep. Okay, now, bias, right? Because you have this kind of calculator, I would not recommend trying to do it in one shot. I would do this. The top only, 1,200 minus 25 times pi equals. And I would write 1121.5. Okay? Over, then I would do 5 second function pi equals 75.4. Then I would divide. And that's going to get you close enough. 1121.5 divided by 75.4. Oops. 1121.5 divided by, wait a minute, 5 second function pi.
No, it's times.
5 times second function pi. Yeah, that should have been 15.7. I don't know why. So 15.7, right? So 1121.5 divided by 15.7, 71.43. And I had 71.39. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With your kind of calculator, you're better to do it step by step.
Okay. So
Or
I'll still get it right. If I
yeah, of course. Of course. That's believe it or not, that is one of the toughest things that math teachers face. All of you bring different calculators. And you guys get so hung up on your calculators, right?
Yeah.
Wait till the next unit when we do trig. Yeah.
She just looks at
So you gotta go centimeters to meters, and meters to meters. C, okay, in metric, the K and the C and the M and the milli and the hecto and all that, that's what's important. Doesn't matter what the measurement is. Kilometers changes to centimeters the same way. Yeah, that's why metric is awesome. So it doesn't matter what the L is, you care about the C and the K. 2 kilometers to centimeters. It's the same conversion. But this is liters. In Europe, we use milliliters. We don't use centimeters, but Europeans do. This would have, instead of 500 milliliters, it would say 50 CL.
Divided by 91.
Right?
4. What would it be divided by 100?
turn it to meter first. And then to yours.
Yeah, then there would be.
Armin, are you going away somewhere?
No, I have
593.
For soccer?
500, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna come. I'm not
Even though it's soccer, I will support you and wish you luck. No, I know this.
There.
Thursday, I'm not gonna come. Then
Divided by
Friday,
0.911.
Look at me. Do I not look chill about things?
I'm just gonna come Friday.
Okay. I'll see you here, because I'll be here Friday on it. Okay. Sheree. That's not the way I would have done it, but you're going to get the same answer. Yeah, you do. Kilometers, meters, centimeters. That wouldn't get it. Ounces. 1 ounce is that in metric, it's the kilo and the centi and the milliliter. Right, remember? This is just where instead of doing kilometers and centimeters, I'm doing kiloliters and centiliters. But the conversion is the same. There's 1,000 liters in a kiloliter. That's why metric is awesome. Just like there's 1,000 meters in kiloliter. There's 1,000 grams in a kilogram. There's 1,000 snickelfritzes in a kilo snickelfritz. Understand? That's why metric is cool. It doesn't matter what you're measuring, it's always times 10 for each step. Good? So let's just check out 22 B, yeah, okay.
I got divided by 'cause sometimes
and that's all it is. All math. Don't think, if you were to walk from here to St. John's, Newfoundland, would you be worried about the 7,000 kilometers, or would you be worried about that? The next step is all that matters, right? Doesn't matter if you're going to take 3 million, you got to do 1 before you can do that. Don't look at like, oh my god, how am I ever going to get to the end? Do 1 thing. That's because that's the deal. You will not have to redo it after yours. Yeah, that's fine. No. 1 pound, 60 ounces. Did one of you put a hand up? Very dark over here. You guys want to play?
Did you ever come back? I did.
Oh, you're bad.
I was here.
Yeah, you strike me as that. We already did that. Yeah. Well, most people will tell you I don't like that. When I'm doing volume, I just add plus that. I do the whole surface. How long? The whole thing is 18. How long is just that? This rectangle is nothing. This whole thing up here, this is 2. So what's this? 2. This is 2. So this whole thing is 18. And how many of them are cut out? 2. So if I find the whole surface area minus 36 equals 18, I will have the surface area. It is on there, man. Kilo and centi. It doesn't matter what the next letter is. Okay? But Amrit, in metric, it's the levels always go by 10, right? So if there's 1,000, if there's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer, kilo, right? How many grams are in a kilogram? 1,000, right? Okay. So meters to kilometers is 1,000. Grams to kilograms is 1,000. Liters to kiloliters would be, picking up what I'm putting down? That's why metric is good. Because it doesn't matter what you're measuring, it's always, there's 1,000 of your base in a kilo, right? If I had a measurement of cohogs, 1,000 cohogs would be a kilo cohog. Okay? If you have, yeah, wait. No, you gotta do one decimal, kilo to cent. Right? If you're going regular to kilo, you're going centi to kilo. 2. Oh my God. Watch. Okay? 1. Okay. 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. Yes? Okay. So, if I go, I have 0.715 kiloliters, right? So, I just want liters, right? So I'm going to show you, trust me, work with me. I want liters, right? So in liters, it's 0.715 times, I want liters over kiloliters, right? So it's 1,000 over 1, yes? We ignore the 1, so I got to multiply by 1,000, which moves it 3 places, yes? You with me so far? So 715 liters, just wait. That's cool, but I don't want liters, I want centiliters, don't I? So I gotta move 2 more spaces to go from liters to deciliters to centiliters. 71,500. Ooh, those are erased very nicely. And they're sassy colors. Look what I got. I got orange and green and pink. Huh? Yeah. They're those ones that they use in bars and restaurants to make the fancy Menus? Yo. Yes, there is. Milligrams. So you know grams right there. So I can convert it to milligrams. Just like you would go meters down to milliliters. Exactly what we just did with kiloliters and centiliters.
30. Yeah, he said he's in the chair. He's like, and you always remember just straight up the word straight. Also, he's
How would you find the area? It's a rectangle.
There's so many teachers that
I'll give you 38.
I don't know who even teaches it. Mr. Barr teaches it. Mr. Hunter teaches it.
But he never did.
Mr. Whom? Mr.
385 again.
Is Miss Campbell the vice principal? Yeah. Oh, Mr. Hendricks, I know. He's summer school. He's in summer school. He's a funny guy, yeah. Kiloliters. So instead of centiliters, just like KN is kilometer and CN is centimeter, you won't find it on here because it doesn't matter. Kilo to centimeter. Metric is always the same. So if you can do kilometer to centimeter, you can do kiloliter to centimeter. It's the exact same. See how I even gave you for marks something that you already did? I know, right? And it's even on the video.
I'm gonna watch the video.
No, you're not. You just say you are. That's all right. You guys think I can check the views, you know.
I'll go